What is up, y'all? You are checking out the World of WWE podcast. I am your host, Ant, and introducing our new winner here, our new champion, La Champion.
Le Champion, Macho Man Dan over here, finally pulling out the victory, crushing Yan and Carlos in the predictions.
By 5 points. For me, at least. You crushed Carlos. I can agree with you on that. But,
I mean, hey, it's not my fault you thought the New Day was going to win. Not my fault on that one.
Well, yeah, it's not my fault that WWE has shitty writers. So, thank you for tuning into the World of WWE podcast. As Dan and I kind of stated.
Whoa. You're supposed to refer to me as Le Champion.
Sorry, La Champion.
Thank you.
Yo, La Champion. Anyways, La Champion here. We are going to be giving you our Day One recap. It was this past Saturday, and it was a pretty decent show. However,
it was an okay way to start off the new year, I can say that.
It was okay, but to be quite honest with you, technicality here, I don't even know why our predictions even stood, because there was a total change in the main event. And to be honest,
boo-hoo, accept your loss.
Well, the thing is, I don't really look at it as a loss because the main event was completely different. Roman Reigns supposedly.
Oh, boo-hoo, I'm Anthony. I lost, and I can't accept the loss. Well,
listen, someone's got to win once, so I will give it to you, Dan. Late
Once, sure.
We'll see how the new year goes. By the way, I do think. Tell me if I'm wrong here. Did I actually predict the winner of the Royal Rumble last year? Did I go with Edge? I think I did.
You did. I don't remember if you did.
I think I did because I think Carlos ruined it because he was.
I'm gonna have to go back and look at that.
Yeah, go back and listen to it for me because I have a feeling like he did, like I did. So I think I will be getting.
I will definitely go back and look for it.
Yeah, let me know.
I don't remember that, but.
I think Carlos ruined it because I remember he's like, "Oh, you'll be happy," or like he says something.
Well, yeah, he ruined it, but like.
Well, we are here to ruin everything on Day One
for everybody else.
Yeah. So if you haven't seen Day One yet, don't tune in. But if you have, and
no, tune in.
Yeah,
listen to this and then go watch it.
Yeah, you could do that too. You can hear our thoughts and then go check it out. This is why Dan is Le Champion. So we are going to just go dive right into this. We started off on the kickoff show with a tag team match that only Carlos watched. Ricochet and Cesaro taking on the team of Sheamus and Holland. And early on in the match, Ricochet did try and do like a 450 splash or some kind of like dive, and his foot landed right on Holland's nose, legitimately injuring him, breaking his nose, leaving Sheamus alone to fight the match by himself. And eventually Sheamus did get the victory. So I have our predictions right here just because I wanted to make sure I kept up with who got points for that. So in our predictions episode, which you could check out in the archives that was recently posted, I was the only person. Well, no, Dan, you and I both. Well, Le Champion, you and I both went with Ridge, Holland, and Sheamus to win, and Carlos went with Cesaro and Ricochet. Now, I'm going to be honest, I can't really dive into much about this match because I didn't see it, but I'm happy that we won. We got the
Again, I'm pretty sure Carlos is the only one who watches the pre-show.
And Carlos is still with us. Unfortunately, unfortunately we're missing him, but he is actually doing some work for us, checking out Monday Night Raw, which is currently on during this live broadcast that we're recording. So he's checking that out for us. Thank you, Carlos. He definitely misses everybody, and he will be back. I promise y'all. Where in the world is Carlos? Where's Carlos instead of where's Waldo? Anyways, so first match of the night is, well, before we go into that, we found out around 6 o'clock breaking news that Roman Reigns tested positive for COVID. And I mean, that was what we heard. And they ended up deciding to get rid of the Roman Reigns versus Brock Lesnar match, but add Brock Lesnar into the main event, making it a fatal 5-way. So we, at the time of doing the prediction episode, we recorded that around 2-3 p.m. Eastern time. So when we recorded, the news wasn't out yet. So our predictions were completely wrong, which is why I'm saying Dan doesn't deserve to be La Champion. But anyways,
when he can't accept his loss. That's okay. It's okay. No, I didn't say that. No, you're putting words in my mouth. No. That's not how we're doing this. No. You can't disrespect Le Champion.
Dude,
no,
you were
that's not how this works.
The champion was supposed to say victory because he knows that's what should have happened.
Sure, whatever you say.
So the first,
as I told you guys, new year, new me, and damn did I predict it.
Yeah, by 5 points. Okay, so
I mean, technically, I wouldn't have even had those 5 points if it wasn't for Carlos's little.
Yeah, I'm tired of these things.
Hey, you regretted it in the end. So.
No more extra points. No more. We're not doing that unless I say extra points.
Well, I mean, I assume that you would be okay with it. It's not my fault.
Freaking damn, be like, yeah, let's do the extra points. No.
Well, I still would have beaten you.
Yeah, well, we'll see with the Royal Rumble. So, anyways,
yeah.
Night starts off with the SmackDown Tag Team Championships. The champions, the Usos, defending against the New Day, and it was a really good match. Just some quick notes here for you. The entrance of the New Day was kind of cool. The way that they were sort of ushered down by the two people with he was sitting on the chair. And but what do you think of their theme song being different? Do you miss the old? I didn't notice that they completely changed their song.
They did? I didn't notice.
It's not. I don't think it's the New Day Rock song. It's like this Xavier Woods King type.
Oh yeah, I did notice that. Yeah, I did notice that for the longest time. I mean, I don't get why they go with the whole crown gimmick if they're still the New Day. I don't really get that whole thing, but yeah. I mean, I guess it works for them.
I guess so. So what ends up happening in the beginning of the match, the Usos have most of the control. They're having a very slow pace. And then eventually there's a really cool moment when I think it was, I don't know if it was Jimmy or Jay, but one of them did a really cool, I call it the running butt splash in the corner because it's kind of like
it's called a Bronco Buster.
No, the Bronco Buster is when the guy it's like with X-Pac when he well,
they also consider that a Bronco Buster.
Yeah, but that's more like the Bronco Buster doesn't hurt. The Bronco Buster is supposed to be more like a taunt tactic type thing, whereas this one is like.
I'm just saying that's technically I'm just saying that's what the term is now for it.
They call that the Bronco Buster?
Yep.
You're kidding.
I'm not kidding, man.
The Bronco Buster is when a dude put his fucking dick in the.
Well, hey, ever since no one's done it since X-Pac, so.
Okay. Well, so
did you ever hear? I want to know if you ever heard this. Did you ever hear that? The guy who's X-Pac. Did you ever hear that he tore his ass actually doing the move?
Yeah.
That's really fucking funny.
He didn't forget that night ever.
No, I guarantee that.
I wonder who it was that he did it on.
I heard it before, but I forgot what his name was.
All right. So, anyways, back to the match. There's a lot of cool different moments. Jimmy lands a flying corkscrew onto Xavier Woods, 2 count, and then he hits a really cool pop-up Samoan drop, another 2 count. Kofi nails a flying crossbody, and then Jimmy lands a flying splash, 2 counts. Again, a lot of back and forth near fall. Pretty much Kofi lands an SOS. Xavier Woods nails a stomp to Jay's face, another 2 count, double super kick to Kofi Kingston, and then a double Uso splash, but Xavier Woods breaks up the count. And in something that was different, that was kind of cool, the Usos nailed a 3D, which they are calling a 1D, or a Day One, I think it's called, or something like that.
Someone called it 1D. I know one of the announcers called it 1D. I thought that was really funny.
And so they got the win, and they retained the titles, which means that Dan and Carlos got the win there for that. They thought the Usos were going to retain. I thought they were going to win because I didn't think. I had a feeling, this is just my honest opinion, and I could be wrong. I think that if Roman Reigns is in the match, he was going to retain the title, and I had a feeling that the Usos were going to lose just because I felt like the bloodline needs to break up soon. But that didn't happen. So it's all right, but you guys did get the point. What did you think of the match?
I definitely thought it was a really good way to start off the show, but I also thought of it like, yeah, there's no way anybody's following that match.
I think there was, and I think it was better because there really wasn't anything different in that match. So we were talking off air a little bit. What I was trying to say earlier while we were off air, Dan, late champion, feels like this is the match of the night. I don't. I think it was a good match, but the only difference here is what do you feel like they fought for all the time? What do you feel like was different in this match than before, than the other matches they've had in the past?
Well, I mean, they were never the bloodline technically, so I thought that was a nice new element.
Yeah, but they've been bad guys before. Remember when they?
Yeah, I know, but like I thought it was I also like the fact that he's different now with the crown gimmick and everything. I like the new gimmicks and changes a little bit.
Okay, cool. But aside from that, wrestling wise, not the gimmicks, right?
All right, fine. All right. I mean, the Usos brought out a different move that they've never used before, so I thought that was pretty good. Huh?
I guess what I'm trying to say is, I guess what I'm trying to ask you is, what do you feel like wrestling wise, and do you feel like was different in this match that made you like it so much? That you felt like it was.
I mean, nothing really needed to change. I mean, considering the fact that they've always put on a really good match, I don't think anything needed to change.
Okay. All right. Well, listen, you're late champion, so I respect your thoughts here, but Carlos over there never respects mine. See, I appreciate you, Dan, because you respect me when I become the winner, and I appreciate that.
And yet you can't even do the same for me.
I do. I just said that it wasn't a legitimate win. So I'm joking. It was by the extra points. So next up, we have a match that I really was not looking forward to: Madcap Moss with Happy Corbin against Drew McIntyre. Really wasn't a lot of stuff here. I mean, the only really cool stuff that I felt like was happening was just how Drew McIntyre was just tossing Madcap Moss around like he was nothing. Like he was just sending him. And the chops that he was giving to Moss were really hard. You could hear them resonate through the crowd. A lot of belly-to-bellies by Drew McIntyre. There's a moment where Drew goes for a Claymore. Madcap Moss is able to avoid it. But then Drew eventually lands a Claymore to get the win. We all kind of knew that McIntyre was going to win. Because
I honestly want to say something funny about this. So when I was watching it with my brother, me and him, we both made a bet. He's like, I bet this match doesn't even last 2 minutes. I was like, you know what? I know you're right, but like, I'll take that bet. And I actually ended up winning it because that was so funny. And I was like, oh, fucking hell.
Yeah, you didn't even like know you were going to win, and you did. Kind of like tonight. Well, with this one. Yeah, I mean, did you like the match? What did you think? The champion has left the building.
Well, I mean, I don't really understand the question. What do you mean?
Like, what did you think? Did you like the match? Did you feel like...
Oh, yeah, definitely. It was a great match.
You thought it was a great match?
I thought, I mean, it definitely showed that he wasn't exactly a loser.
Yeah.
And it definitely made McIntyre look strong as hell.
True. Yeah, so I guess, but it wasn't a great...
It wasn't like a great match, like, wrestling-wise, but, I mean, at least it actually did something for both in a way. I mean, it made Madcap Moss at least look a little strong.
Okay, well, yeah, I mean, I guess it was okay, but I really was not... I was waiting to smoke, and I was...
It was better than I was expecting. I honestly expected a Claymore, 1, 2, 3. It was better than I was expecting.
Okay.
Would you like me to say that?
Yeah, I guess.
I wouldn't say it was better than... No way in hell was it better than the Usos, but, I mean, from the standards I expected, yes, it was better in that kind of term.
Cool. All right, next. The Raw Tag Team Championships are on the line. The Raw Tag Team Champions, RK Bro, defending against the winners of the RK Bro-nament, the Street Profits. Now, Carlos had this little extra point thing here, which is the only reason why fucking Dan won. that.
Little salty there, huh?
Well, yeah, because it's not. Listen, the parts.
Well, no, that's not the only reason I won. I also had the New Day win, technically.
Yes, but you want. Listen, you had 40 points, right?
45.
45, right?
The only match that you didn't predict
No, Dan, you had 55. I have 45.
Oh, so see, I beat you by 10. Technically, I didn't.
Okay, by 10 points, but that's really pretty much you got 5 extra because of this stupid fucking prediction.
But yeah, I still technically won by 10 points just because we had the same type of win. So technically, it wasn't just 5 I won by.
Technically, but however, half of that 10 came from those 5 extra points that you got from this one. So technically, had you not gotten the 5 extra points, who knows if you'd have gotten
10. I'm confused on what you mean. I technically won either way. I had that match. Even if you didn't make that bet, I still technically won the match. So like,
what I'm trying to say to you is yes, technically, but you got 10 points, right? 5 of those.
I got 15 points from that match.
For which one?
From the Street Profits versus.
Yes. Okay, so but out of that 15 points, right? 5 of those 10 points, 5 of those 15 points came from this extra, so you would have had 10, not 15.
And you would have had 40, and I would have had 50.
And that's still fine. But what I am saying is, technically...
How about we just agree and disagree and just go on with the freaking pay-per-view, huh?
Dan, this will never end until I'm champion.
It will never end. He's just upset that he lost. He can't accept the loss.
This is going to be an ongoing thing.
Yeah, it is going to be. I can see.
Well, I mean, listen... Anyways, so fucking Dan won here because of the stupid extra points. I'm still going to say it, even though it might not be as accurate as you would like to say it is. I'm still going to say it.
It's not. We'll go with it.
The extra points helped Le Champion. Basically, Carlos thought that the Street Profits were going to turn heel after the match, and he said if they did, he would get 5 extra points. And I was like, you know what? Let these fucking Dan, the cheater over here, before I could even answer, jumped in. Yes, let's do it. So, technically...
I'm sorry. I really wanted to make this competitive. I'm sorry.
Yeah, by extra points.
I mean, just to make it more interesting.
Everybody and their mother knew they were... I mean, okay, well, listen. Let me take that back. Let's talk about the match, and then we'll... Okay, so... Start out, and by the way, the Migos are outside, the rapper, and I don't know what I missed, but I guess...
I don't even know what... I've never heard of them. I'm sorry, but never heard of them.
They're a popular rap group, but
I guess that makes sense. I'm not really into rap nowadays.
What I don't understand, though, is what is their issue with the Street Profits? Because I missed...
I don't understand why they were even out there in the first place.
Because they performed the theme song to the pay-per-view, so they, for some reason, wanted to have them come. But I think also to be involved in this thing with the Street Profits, because during the match they kept alluding to, the Street Profits and the Migos aren't getting along, or like they're here to support RK Bro. So I don't know what happened, but I'm guessing there was a storyline development between the Profits and the Migos. But the Profits do come down, and it was cool to see because they were doing very heelish tactics and maneuvers. Like, you know, they were anytime Montez Ford would slam somebody, like, ooh, that hurt. Like, he was doing, like, you know, like, just being a dick. And Angelo Dawkins is just being very more aggressive. It was a very good match. To start off, it was a stalemate. There was a lot of cool moves. Angelo Dawkins hits a silencer and a running splash. There was a moment where Randy Orton set up both members of the Street Profits for a double DDT. Montez sends Randy Orton into the post, and Montez Ford nails a flying senton over the turnbuckle to the outside. But then Riddle sends Montez Ford to coolly toss him up in the air, and then Randy nailed an RKO for RK Bro to win. And after the match, the Street Profits shook hands with RK Bro and the Migos and celebrated. So Carlos is wrong and ruined it. I'm joking. Ruined it for me, at least. What are your thoughts on this one, Dan? And
I mean, it definitely...
Before you go on, hang on, let me just say, so Dan now at this point, because he has, the Champion has, at this point, I think you have 45 points at this point.
I don't think at this point.
Yeah, because you got Sheamus and Holland, you got McIntyre, you got the Usos, and you got RK Bro.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, then 45.
45 points. So anyway, your prediction was right. What did you think of the match, though?
I honestly feel like it could have been better.
Did you think the Street Profits were going to turn during the match? Because I felt...
No, I didn't think they were going to turn during the match. I guess that's what Carlos thought they were going to, just be upset and everything, just, attack them after the match. I didn't truly think that, so I was like, you know what, fuck it, I'm going to go against them. Because, I didn't see why they would do it.
Well, I think the reason why is because on Monday Night Raw the past week, they were doing more again, heelish tactics. And so that's why during this match, I was like, they're being full on. They're doing it. And then at the end, I was like, oh, fuck, I'm going to lose points here. But no, they shook hands. And, but yeah, I do agree with you. The match was good, but RK Bro doesn't really do it for me. I really like them separately, but I don't know. It's a funny team, but I'm more into the serious rather than the comedy. I do like Riddle, though. But yes. Okay, so we're going to say one more thing, and then I just want to tell you guys some information, and we're going to keep going. So backstage, Drew McIntyre is being interviewed, and Madcap Moss and Baron Corbin attack him with a chair, and then Moss puts the chair around Drew's neck, and Corbin tosses, I guess it's like a stage beam, I don't know what it is, but he tosses it onto the chair, injuring Drew McIntyre's neck. And this was a real injury that McIntyre...
No.
Not this with the neck. No, not this with the neck, but it's an injury that he's been working through. Right?
Yeah, technically it's been an injury he's been dealing with a lot, so it's like...
This is their way of just writing him off.
This was their way of writing him off for a while. They're not sure. They want him to go get tests and everything. Because, they're not sure what exactly is wrong with him.
Yes. Well, we're going to ask you a question. What is wrong with you if you are not subscribed to us? Make sure you subscribe, like, and hit the notification bell on YouTube to stay notified when new content is created. There's a lot of cool new stuff on YouTube uploaded every week. Also, make sure you check out us on Spotify, Anchor, Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, and actually Amazon Music has been our number one place where people listen to us. A lot of people just say our name, so great. But speaking of names, you're going to have to learn a new name because on February 22nd, 2022, we are changing our name. We are rebranding to the Uncensored Pro Wrestling Podcast. And this podcast is going to cover all different organizations, not just WWE, but we still will be covering WWE, of course, but you could tune into shows on AEW, potential shows on Impact, potentially NWA, even, I don't know, potentially Ring of Honor. There's a lot of different things out there that we're going to explore. And one thing that I will tell you that will be happening when we start up in April, one of our first new series that we will have with the rebranding. It's not really a series. It is, but it's a series of matches. It is my encapsulation of the greatest matches over the past 50 years, only counting Impact, WWE, ECW, and WCW. There will be a video later on that in the upcoming year where it's all different companies. So right now it's just Impact, WWE, WCW, and ECW. But that will be coming out in April. So, well, no, yes, April. Yes, it's just that's what I said. So the Uncensored Pro Wrestling Podcast come check us out. Get a little uncensored, uncorked, uncooked, and uncensored. I mean, this is what we do anyways, Dan, right? It's just the name change.
Yep.
All right, so little update on that. Let's now talk about a match that I was most excited for. One of the more ones I was excited for. Edge versus The Miz with Maryse. Shucky ducky quack quack. I, to be honest, wanted to go with Edge. I'm never discounting Edge ever again. But the reason why I didn't was because Maryse, to be honest with you. I went with my a lot of time like men do. I thought with my with little.
You thought with his little junior.
With I had a conversation with Big Ant. Joking. Anyways, so this is a good match. Start off, there's a stalemate between Edge and The Miz. Eventually, Maryse distracts Edge, allowing Miz to send him into the ring post. There's a cool moment where Edge nails the execution to The Miz on the outside. Let's see, where am I? I'm losing my paper. Here we go. Okay, here we go. Sorry, I have a lot of notes here. The Miz bounces Edge off the announce table, but Edge is able to nail an execution on the announce table, which is cool. The Miz then applies a figure four later on in the match. He ends up slapping Edge, but then Edge reverses the figure four into his own hold. Miz goes for an STF, and he catapults Edge into the turnbuckle. Edge applies a crossface, but Maryse puts his foot on the rope. Double big boot. Edge hip tosses The Miz off the top rope. He misses a spear. Maryse slaps Edge, and then The Miz nails a skull-crushing finale to a 2 count, and then the Glamazon, Beth Phoenix, who, by the way, controversial attire and the way she looked from Le Champion over here the whole entire night.
Beth I'm not the only one who agreed with it. Carlos also agreed with me on that.
So Beth Phoenix comes out looking like Xena the Warrior Princess, and she chases Maryse to the back, and Edge nails a spear to get the win on The Miz. Of course, with the help from his wife, the Glamazon. Now, am I excited?
How could you bet against your own precious Edge, Aunt?
Yeah, because I got issues. At this point, I have issues. I don't know. I'm just...
He's never been against Edge again.
This whole holiday season has gotten to me, but this is a new year. I'm coming back for my title. It's going to be fine.
I mean, said you were going to start off the new year as champion. You may have started off with it, but it didn't last long.
Well, you know what? That's okay because I'll end with it. So here's what's happening. I'm happy to see Beth Phoenix. Like, I jizz because I get excited for, when I was little seeing her, and then I think, oh, crap, she's back. So it's excited to see the mixed tag match is definitely happening. I'm intrigued because I love Maryse, so anytime she's in a storyline, I get, more into it, I guess. So I'm excited for this. And I did like the match. However, I felt like, here's my question for you, Dan, WWE Champion. Do you feel like I was confused with why Beth was so mad? Maryse didn't hit Edge. Did she? What did they do to build up?
She scared her away.
No, but I'm saying, because she came down really pissed, but, why was she mad? Did Maryse hit him? Like, what happened to get... I know that there was drama and she was talking shit, but, she came out like she was ready... she came out like she was ready to fight Randy Orton that time when he was talking shit about the daughters. What did Maryse do? I understand, But also, to be honest with you, Edge got the upper hand already. So it's kind of why is he... I felt like he didn't need the win. I feel like for the storyline to be better... have Miz beat him so that there's a reason for Beth. I mean, why is Beth mad? Edge got the upper hand on SmackDown. And yes, she was, SmackDown on Raw. And yeah.
Wait. Yeah, I definitely agree with you.
You know what I'm saying?
With you as well.
Just because that's the reason why. If Edge got beat up or maybe Mary slapped him or kicked him in the balls before you would get it, but she didn't do anything. All she did was distract him once or twice.
No. She did do something to Edge.
She like threw champagne on him or something.
I don't know what she did. She was like, she hit him with something.
She threw champagne at him.
She did something. I swear. I don't remember.
She did. I think she did hit him with something, but I mean,
Never.
I mean, what was she ready? She was in the back, ready to go. It was almost like when Becky Lynch came out for Seth Rollins when he got tackled by that guy. Like she was ready. Anyways, so I mean, it was a good match though. It was. I think it wasn't match of the night, but I did think it was a great match, and I,
definitely lived up to its potential.
It didn't, but I definitely recommend checking it out. And I think the reason why it didn't live up to the potential is because it didn't really make sense. Like I know Beth was mad, but there's no point having the.
If you want to include that, then yeah, the match was fine.
The thing is that with that, like, why do you want the heel to get the upper, or the good guy get the upper hand? You want the heel to get the upper hand because you have a reason to root for for Edge. Right now I don't really feel bad for Edge because I'm like, you gave him the brood bath, and then your wife came down and helped you. I mean, she didn't help. I mean, she kind of distracted him, just like Maryse did. I mean, fair play, but yeah, I mean, it was a good match though, right?
Yeah, it was definitely a good match.
So with that, where are we at?
Head into the semi-match.
With that, we all thought the Miz, and we all were wrong. So Dan still has 45 right now. I have, I don't know, I think 35. I think, and I don't know. I think Carlos has at this point 10, 20, 30. He has 30. Yeah. Okay. So now this match was also taken out of that card. It was supposed to be, wasn't it Shinsuke Nakamura versus Sami Zayn, but I guess they canceled that match. They really didn't say anything about it. They just didn't have it. So we guessed on that one, but that one didn't count either. See, Dan, it's an illegitimate.
It's an illusion.
Yeah. All right. We have 2 more matches to cover. This match is for the Raw Women's Championship. The Raw Women's Champion, Big Time Becks, who, by the way, Ric Flair and Becky Lynch are about to fucking brawl. I don't know what's going on, but Ric Flair is not happy with her. He keeps, and by the way, that's my dog in the background. You hear all this noise? Anyways, so yeah, Big Time Becks is defending her Raw Women's title against Liv Morgan, who is, I think, a worthy challenger. I'm just laughing because my dog is like taking over this whole entire show right now. She's like,
it's the dog show. Forget wrestling. We want to talk about puppies.
Well, now she's like just looking like what? She's chilling out. She just kept like scratching her face. But anyways, okay, back to day one. So Liv Morgan started off the match in control with a springboard knee to the head. She then sends Becky Lynch into the announce table, and Liv continues to be in control. She applies a really cool arm submission, and then she sends Becky Lynch down hard to the mat. Becky ends up slamming Liv's head into the post, and she lands a Bexploder, but there's a 2 count. Liv nails a missile dropkick, and Becky lands a spinning suplex and a disarmer. Liv sunset flips, power bombs Becky Lynch off the top rope to a 2 count. Becky applies a disarmer, and then Liv's put her foot on the rope. Becky attacks the ribs between the ropes, but she misses her patented leg drop. Liv nails another missile drop kick, but Becky Lynch rolls to the outside. Liv nails a suicide dive, and then Becky slams Liv Morgan to the announce table, but Liv tosses Becky into the steps. She steps on Becky's arm in between the steps, kind of like what Becky did to her, to Liv. And then Liv lands a dropping arm drop and a submission hold. But Becky catches Liv Morgan. I sounded like her. I sounded like Becky. She catches Liv Morgan in a manhandle slam to retain the title. I thought that was the match. Well, I thought it was the match of the night because
let me guess, it was something different.
Yes, but also because I was happy for Liv. You know, like this is her first big sort of pay-per-view, and she really nailed it. She did really good. You know, I mean, she was first with the Riot Squad. First, she was in NXT. Then she came on with the Riot Squad. Then she did her thing for a little bit on her own. Then she was never used, and now she's, you know, taking on one of the biggest names in WWE right now. So I think she's doing really good, and I'm excited for her. So I liked it because of that, but also they had a good match, so I was excited for that. But what did you think?
I definitely thought it had potential to be match of the night. It didn't live up to what I really hoped for, but it definitely delivered. It definitely delivered, just not as much as I was hoping. I was hoping for a little more.
Okay. Okay, my man. Gotcha. Now, you're going to need to help me with this one here. By the way, you got a extra 10 points. So you, at this point, have 55 points. I have 45, and Carlos went with Liv. So he has 30 right now. You're going to need to help me out now. I don't need a full summary, Dan. Just tell me the basic, because I know this match was pretty fast. The main event, WWE Champion Big E defending against Seth freaking Rollins, which I guess is his name now because that was in his name on the screen. Taking on Kevin Owens, Bobby Lashley, and Brock Lesnar. You know Brock won. Was there really anything significant, Day Champion, about this match that you feel like we need to discuss?
I liked the match.
Yeah, it was a good match. I have to go back and check.
I liked it. I thought it showed off the strength of all the men in there.
Okay, so I'll have to check it out. I did see part of, you know, the ending of just like how he won it, and they keep showing like the shots of him doing the weird like Shinsuke Nakamura move. Have you seen that meme going around?
No, I have not.
I'll send it to you. It's a meme of him like he might have been like knocked out or something, and he's like doing like a weird pose. But all right, so I mean, we all got that wrong because we all thought it was going to be Roman Reigns versus Brock Lesnar, and we also thought that it was going to be Big E in this match, but I guess Big E to win. Dan, you thought Kevin Owens was going to win, and Carlos thought Seth Rollins was going to win, and we all were wrong. So, your winner of our Day One pay-per-view is...
if it wasn't obvious already, go on it, say it. I want to hear it.
Le Champion, Dan.
Damn right.
There you go. All right, and I'll let you.
And I will be defending my title January 29th on the Royal Rumble.
And it's a Saturday, too.
Yes, it is.
I don't know. I kind of like these Saturday pay-per-views. I'm not going to lie.
I mean, I don't really like it. I mean, I can see why they do it.
I like it because it gives me time to watch the whole show and then to, like, digest it. And then, you know, today's Monday. Whereas you get wrestling, you know, like it's like I need a break.
No, it makes sense.
But I guess the biggest takeaway from this pay-per-view is that Brock Lesnar is your new WWE Champion. You know that Becky Lynch is going into Royal Rumble as a Raw Women's Champion, it seems. Maryse and The Miz are definitely going to come to get revenge on Edge and Beth Phoenix. The Usos are reigning supreme, as are RK Bro. Drew McIntyre was put on the shelf, and that's sort of what is shaping.
I was right. Pretty much every title stayed the same except the WWE Championship, which I predicted was going to change. I didn't say.
But see, I was
correct, but
I felt like with Day One, they could have just done a whole entire like. Day One not knew everything, but like knew, you know. There was a new champion, that Brock Lesnar, but had he not been in that match, would he have won the title? I don't think so.
So do you think Big E would have retained if he wasn't in the match?
I think so, because he looked very disappointed after the match. And I don't think it was because he was mad that he lost to Brock. I think it's because of the fact that he probably would have retained, and because of this situation, he's out of the picture, and now it's going to be Brock versus Lashley at Rumble, and he knows when's the next time we get a shot.
Yeah.
But anyways, I thought it was a good pay-per-view. It was decent. I'm going to give this one I'll give it a 3 out of 5 stars. It was great. Could have been better. What I do want...
I'm going to give it... I disagree with you. I think it was a pretty good pay-per-view. I'm going to give it 4.5 stars.
Yeah, because you fucking won, you cheater.
No, listen. Hear me out. Yes, there wasn't exactly WrestleMania main event matches all the way through the card, but, I mean, you had the Usos versus the New Day. Who's really going to be disappointed in that match? You had Brock Lesnar, Big E, Bobby Lashley, Kevin Owens, huge names in one match. I mean, really, I understand you're upset. Brock Lesnar won. Can you really be disappointed in that? I mean, come on. They were such big names in one match.
Yeah, I'm going to definitely watch it. I am excited to see Lesnar versus Lashley because we've never seen that before. But
I'm not particularly excited for it, but I hope Brock kicks Bobby Lashley's ass.
So your highlight in your match of the night was the Usos versus the New Day.
Yep.
And for me, my highlight and match of the night is Becky Lynch versus Liv Morgan. But also, I said I didn't like it, but I do like to see the storyline with The Miz and Maryse and Beth. It wasn't the greatest, but I was happy to see okay, now things are moving along with this. So we have Raw. We have a couple more weeks to get to the Royal Rumble. New matches will be made. New contenders will be made. And new competitors for the Royal Rumble match will be announced as we head there. So thank you for tuning in. Late Champion, you could lead us out because you won.
Well, all right, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed listening to us and everything, listening to our thoughts and all that. So, yeah, have a good day.
Guys, see you. We hope you enjoyed day one, and we'll see you for the Royal